Hello! So I'm going to come on here really quick and talk about, wow, I didn't realize I had stuff spilled on here. My apologies. Anyways, I'm going to come on here really quick and talk about the difference between Ameraucanas and Araucanas. Okay, and I got to fix this too because this is making me nuts. There is a difference between them. And every year I get people who are like, they're the same thing. And then I get people emailing me going, I thought that they weren't the same thing. So let's kind of like have a discussion about what, and like, I even have people emailing me and going, they say, what are Americas? And I think that they mean Americanas. I'm not really sure. And then, so anyways, there's definitely a difference between them. They're all related, which makes it even more fun. But there's definitely a difference between them. So, so let's start with Araucanas. Okay, so Araucanas they're all breeds of chickens. And they're all like recognized, registered breeds of chickens, okay? And to make things even more fun, they all lay blue eggs. So, sometimes you'll get one that's a green egg layer, but for the most part, they all lay blue eggs. And that's a genetic anomaly, genetic thing. But there is a difference between them. So, we'll start with Araucanas. Araucanas are a breed of chicken. They evolved in Chile. So they're Southern American, chickens. And they are blue egg layers. And so they're a breed that's been around for a long, long time. I don't know about millennia, but for thousands and thousands of years. Theoretically speaking, some people say, hi, Elena, I'm glad it worked out. I'm sorry about that. You guys, Facebook is like being insane these days. But very quickly, back to Araucanas. It's possible that Araucanas, there's no real proof of this, we're not really sure, but it's possible that Araucanas are one of the longest domesticated chicken breeds in history. But basically, they're a separate breed. They're the kind that have the tufts on the side, so they can have these big, long, they look like mustaches. They're tufts that come out of the ears, around the ears. But you've ever seen those pictures of like English gentlemen from like the 1800s or like early 1900s, and they got these big old like mutton chop beards? That's what Araucanas got. Okay, they got those. They also don't really. They're rumpless, which means they don't have tails, but they also don't have the coccyx, which is like the tailbone. So they're missing that. So those are like sort of the two breed characteristics, among a couple of things, that are like, that's an Araucana. Now what an Ameraucana is, to make things even like more spectacular, Ameraucanas are a breed developed in the United States based off of the Araucana breed. Okay? So the Araucana, the tufts, thank you, Mallory. I'm glad you like, which one? This one? This one or this one? I got 3 roosters back there. But anyways, the traits that give the tufts, it is actually, what is the word? I forget what the word is, but basically the trait is something that will kill the chicks in the eggs. Okay, so right before they hatch, the chicks will die because the genetics make it so. Okay, for lack of a better way to put it. And it's not if it's both parents pass that trait onto the chicks, the chick has a likelihood of dying. If only one parent has it, it's a much better success rate. Ducks have the same thing. Those ducks that have the tufts on their head? It's the same thing. If both parents give them the gene for that tuft, they're more likely to die in the shell. If we have roosters all around that are crowing. So same thing with ducks. But anyways, I'm getting aside of the point. So basically what happened was a bunch of people in America got together and said, well, let's see if we can systematize this trait of the tufts and all this stuff without, making it so that half the chicks die, before they are born. So the Ameraucanas are a subbreed. They're a separate breed at this point. They're recognized as a separate breed, but they're based off the Araucana breed. They do breed true, and there are different colors you can get. Different colors are recognized. They do breed true, but they're not the same thing. So they are two separate things. But they both also lay blue eggs. So if you go and you get an Ameraucana and it lays dark green eggs, or if it lays pink, it's not either an Ameraucana or an Araucana. It is probably a Easter egger or an olive egger. So olive eggers are a cross between blue egg layers and brown egg layers, and that gives the olive colored egg. Okay. And then there's ones that lay lavender eggs, but basically that's kind of what it boils down to. Very simply, that's the difference between Araucana and Ameraucana. They are two separate breeds. One is an ancient breed that's been around for, let's just go with millennia for like the sake of ease here. The other one is actually a relatively recent breed developed in the United States. They're both fine. They're both perfectly fine chickens. I do not actually own Araucanas. I own Ameraucanas because they're easier to get. I think most major hatcheries have them. A lot of the times, Ameraucanas are labeled or sold as Araucanas, and they're not. For example, my Ameraucanas have tails on them. They have the tufts, but they also have tails. So that tells me that they're not Araucana. But that's basically the deal. So other blue egg layers are cream leg bars, and there was one other blue egg layer, and I can't remember off the top of my head. So my apologies. I'm a chicken expert, but I can't always remember everything off the top of my head. But cream leg bars are another one that lays blue eggs. They are also a more recent breed. So that's the deal, guys. I guess I can tell you about Easter eggers. So Easter eggers are usually a cross between blue egg layers and something else. So Easter eggers aren't actually a recognized breed. They're perfectly fine chickens. I have had Easter eggers, and I like them. But there's no telling what color egg that they are going to lay. They might lay blue. They might lay brown. They might lay green, lavender, pink. I've had a pink egg layer before. So Easter eggers, so if you want blue egg layers, go with Ameraucana or Araucana. Go with a qualified, reputable breeder to make sure that you actually get what you want. All right? So that's the deal, guys. That's the difference between the two. I hope that this has helped kind of clear up that mess a little bit. All right? I'm going to go because I still have my cold, and I got to go to the store. All right? Bye. Leave any questions below. Hope you've enjoyed this.